I welcome you all to today's session. I hope all of you are doing perfect at your places. Today's topic is the modern India. In this chapter, you will learn about the beginning of the modern period in India, dates in history, periodization in history, time frames in history, sources of information, and survey reports. Mind opener, unscramble the following words, and this you have to do on your own. Now, books dealing with the ancient and medieval periods of Indian history have already been read for you. This one deals with the modern period. It lays emphasis on political and military events as well as on the life of our people. The developments in Indian society, the education system and the new technology have also been dealt with in this volume. Its impacts on arts, literatures and architecture has been discussed. तो medieval के बारे में आप पढ़ चुके हैं, ancient के बारे में आप पढ़ चुके हैं. इस book में और इस chapter में हम पढ़ेंगे modern Indian history के बारे में. So the beginning of the modern period in India. The modern period began in the 18th century in India. After the death of the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb in 1707, the Mughal Empire began to decline. This was followed by political instability which became rampant throughout the territories of the Indian subcontinent that were under Mughal रूल. सो औरंगजेब के डिक्लाइन के बाद आपका मिडिवल पीरियड भी खत्म हो गया था और जो आपके मुगल एम्पायर्स थे वो भी डिक्लाइन होना स्टार्ट हो गए थे. Now, many provincial kingdoms including Awadh, Bengal and Hyderabad declared their independence. These were called successor states. The Marathas gained prominence under the Peshwas. The Rajput rulers became powerful. Savai Raja Jai Singh built the city of Jaipur. The Sikhs established their state under Maharaja Ranjit Singh. The battles of Plassey and Buxar made the English masters of Bengal and gradually of the whole India. Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan consolidated the kingdom of Mysore. So अलग-अलग successor states आए जिसमें आपका अवध, बंगाल और हैदराबाद भी शामिल थे. They declared their independence and उसके बाद आपके सारे के सारे मुगल एम्पायर डिक्लाइन हो चुका था and the modern Indian history started to begin. The invasions of Nadir Shah 1739 and Ahmad Shah Abdali 1761 dealt a severe blow to the ऑलरेडी वीक मुगल एम्पायर. ऑलरेडी मुगल एम्पायर वीकन तो हो ही गया था औरंगजेब की डेथ के बाद. उसके बाद नादिर शाह की एंट्री हो गई, अहमद शाह अब्दाली की एंट्री हो गई, तो बचा कुछ मुगल साम्राज्य जो था वो भी खत्म हो चुका था. नाउ सर्टेन डेट्स इन हिस्ट्री. डेट्स इन हिस्ट्री आर रिलेटेड टू इवेंट्स. There are certain criteria for making dates important, and dates are not important on their own. We make dates significant by focusing on a particular event that occurred on that date, and in the history written by British historians, dates are very important as Governor Generals took over and retired on certain dates. For example, the coronation of Warren Hastings as the first Governor General or the end of the British rule with the last Viceroy. Lord Mountbatten are notable, and in between there were several viceroys who succeeded. These included Hastings, Wellesley, Bentinck, Dalhousie, Ripon, Curzon, Irwin, etc. All dates in history books were related to achievements of important personalities, and when we write history, it is divided into chapters which are periodized on the basis of these dates. तो अलग-अलग dates में अलग-अलग लोगों की invasions हुए. Modern history में अलग-अलग governor generals आए इंडिया में, including Lord Curzon, Lord Irwin. अलग-अलग achievements इनकी शामिल हुई, and history में जब भी ऐसी कोई चीज़ लिखी जाती है तो with the dates these are mentioned. Now, periodization in history. Historians have divided history into broad time periods on the basis of some distinctive characteristics. This is called periodization. It simplifies the study of history and highlights important trends of development within a particular period. Now, आपकी अलग-अलग periodization करी गई है जहाँ पे आपके अलग-अलग periods में अलग-अलग dates में different people invaded India, अलग-अलग empire establish हुए, and this is known as periodization. In the early 19th century, a scholar named James Mill wrote the first history of India that covered all the periods. He divided Indian history into three broad periods on the basis of religion. He called the ancient period the Hindu period because most of the India was then under Hindu rulers. He referred to the medieval period as the Muslim period. The modern period was called the British or the Christian period. तो आपका हिंदू पीरियड है आपका जो सबसे ज़्यादा अर्लीस्ट एंशियंट पीरियड था क्योंकि उस टाइम पे इंडिया हिंदू रूलर्स के अंडर में था. फिर आया मिडिवल पीरियड, सारे मुस्लिम रूलर्स आ गए तो वो मुस्लिम पीरियड हो गया. फिर आया मॉडर्न पीरियड, उस टाइम पे ब्रिटिशर्स के अंडर में था जो कि क्रिश्चियंस भी थे, सो दैट वाज कॉल्ड द ब्रिटिश और द क्रिश्चियन पीरियड. आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस Indian historians discarded this religion-based divisions as developments in a multi-religious country like India are influenced by several factors and not merely by the religion of the rulers. The Indian historians chose to divide India's history into the ancient, medieval and modern periods on the basis of important political, economic, social and cultural changes, and such an approach broadens the scope of history from the study of merely the lives and achievements of rulers to the study of the lives and experiences of a much larger number of people. उसके बाद धीरे धीरे इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन ने ही ये रिलीजन बेस्ड डिस्क्रिमिनेशन को हटा दिया था, बिकॉज इन अ मल्टी रिलीजियस कंट्री लाइक इंडिया रिलीजन वॉज नॉट समथिंग जिसके बेसिस पे डिस्क्रिमिनेशन किया जा सकता है. Now, fact zone, some of the most common types of periodization are chronological, geographical, thematic and methodological. Chronological periodization divides history by time, while geographical periodization divides history by space, such as continents and nations. तो chronological, geographical, chronological जो होते हैं dates में difference आ जाता है history में, geographical में continents और area wise differences आ जाते हैं. Now, time frames in history. History can be divided into three periods: ancient, medieval and modern. However, the time frame of India cannot be uniform for the entire world. The death of Aurangzeb is considered to mark the beginning of the modern period in India. तो जैसे ही 1707 में औरंगजेब की मृत्यु हुई, उसी के बाद से medieval period end and there only started the modern Indian period. Sources of information. The sources of information about the modern period are found in abundance and are well preserved. There are two kinds of sources: archaeological and literary. Now, before moving ahead and studying about these two types of resources or sources in detail, there is a fact zone. When a source provides information about a topic directly, it might be a primary source, and when a source discusses a topic using past information as evidence, it is likely a secondary source. तो primary source जो होता है टॉपिक के बारे में डायरेक्टली बात करता है, पर जब किसी टॉपिक में थर्ड पार्टी के बारे में बात होती है, it is often considered as a secondary source. Now, the archaeological resources or the sources. These include buildings such as the Parliament House, Rashtrapati Bhavan, India Gate, Red Fort and Gateway of India. जितने भी आपके monuments ही आ जाते हैं, ये सारे आपके ब्रिटिशर के टाइम के ही हैं. These serve as the archaeological sources. And then we have the literary sources. Then comes the literary sources. There are innumerable literary sources of this period, including newspapers, journals, plays, novels, letters, diaries, biographies and autobiographies. A large number of nationalist newspapers like The Hindu, Amrita Bazar Patrika, Kesari, etc. were published. These newspapers openly criticized the British policies and put forth point of the view of the Indians. Novels, essays and poems also aroused national consciousness, and some of the important nationalist writers of this period were Rabindranath Tagore and Banking Chandra Chatterjee, Bengali; Vishnu Shastri Chiplunkar, Marathi; Bhartendu Harish Chandra, Hindi and Subramaniam Bharti, Tamil. अब उस टाइम पे आते थे बहुत सारे written documents जिनको literary sources में काउंट किया जाता है, जिसमें आपका न्यूज़पेपर जैसे हिंदू, अमृत बाजार पत्रिका, केसरी, ये सब पब्लिश होते थे. रविन्द्रनाथ टैगोर, भारतेंदु हरीश चंद्र, ये सारे के सारे उस टाइम के लिटरेरी सोर्सेज में आते हैं. Then we also have diaries of people and autobiographies of public figures. Newspapers are important sources of information about political and social affairs. Letters help us to understand about the prevailing situation from a personal perspective. Printed books provide detailed insights into the achievements in various fields such as art, literature, science, technology, medicine, etc. Books also provide information about the social, economic and political conditions of a period. So we have different number of autobiographies as well. We have some court chronicles also, which tells us about different perspectives and aspects of modern Indian period at that point of time. Then survey reports. Under colonial administration, surveying became important. By the 19th century, surveys were done to map the entire country. Surveys were carried out to assess revenue, flora and fauna, topography, patterns of cropping, etc. in the country. From the end of the 19th century, censuses were conducted. These helped to understand the detailed demographic structure of areas, provinces and the country. In addition, surveys were also done for botany, zoology, archaeology and forestry. फिर surveys होना start हो गए थे for different kinds of thing, for knowing the topography of the country, for knowing the different kinds of sex ratios. census होना start हो गए थे for botany, zoology, architectural purposes, and उसी से हमें उस टाइम की अलग अलग चीज़ों के बारे में भी पता चलता है. Now there were government records as well. The archival records of the government British India are available in the National Archives of India in New Delhi. Many archival documents and manuscripts dealing with British India are also held in the India Office Records, London. अब archival records हैं दिल्ली में ही, जो नेशनल लाइब्रेरी है या पार्लियामेंट्स हैं उसमें बहुत सारे आर्काइव्स हैं जिससे आपको उस टाइम की अलग अलग ऑफिशियल रिकॉर्ड्स के बारे में पता चलता है. Then we had the administration produces records. A large bulk of sources, including written records in English and regional languages, are available for the modern period of Indian history. The British believed that every policy, directive and plan had to be written clearly, and it included noting down of all the administrative reports, letters and documents. All offices had their record rooms. Archives and museums were also set up to preserve records, and these documents were beautifully written by calligraphists. With the spread of the art of printing, a large number of copies of these records were available in all different government departments. So अलग अलग जो आपके government records होते हैं, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव रिकॉर्ड्स होते हैं, वो भी लिखे हुए होते हैं. सम आर ऑल्सो पब्लिश इन द फेमस मैगजीन्स एंड न्यूज़पेपर्स, एंड दैट इज ब्रॉट अबाउट इन द पब्लिक एज वेल, सो दैट उनको भी पता चल सके कि एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में एक्चुअली क्या चीज़ें हो रही हैं. Then important surveys. Surveys were also given a lot of importance by the British because they believed that surveys would enable them to effectively administer the country and understand the people better. By the 19th century, surveys were done to map the entire country. Surveys were carried out to assess revenue, flora, fauna, topography, patterns of cropping, etc. in the country. Census operations were held after every 10 years, and these helped the British officials prepare detailed records of the number of people in all the provinces of India. And in addition, surveys were also done for botany, zoology, archaeology and forests. अब अलग अलग topography के लिए हर 10 साल में for different purposes surveys, census किए जाते थे, क्योंकि major changes होने में इतना time लग जाता है. हर साल करेंगे, ज़्यादा major changes देखने को मिलेंगे नहीं, तो इन सब चीज़ों के लिए हर 10 साल में census किया जाना शुरू हो गया. Now, what official records do not tell? The myriad of records, all of which are official, help us to know several interesting things. But since they were official, they do not tell us what people did in the country at that time. For this, we have to find other sources. This was the period when the print technology developed. Books and newspapers became quite popular. Many travelers wrote their accounts, and many famous personalities wrote biographies. However, all these accounts were only about literate people. They do not tell us about the lives of tribals, peasants and poor people, and it is difficult to know about these people. अब जो आपके जितने भी official records हैं वो सारे official चीज़ों के बारे में हमको बताते हैं, लेकिन इन रिकॉर्ड से हमको ये नहीं पता चल सकता कि उस टाइम के लोग जो कंट्री में थे वो एक्चुअली में क्या किया करते थे, एंड हर किसी के बारे में इन ऑफिशियल रिकॉर्ड में पता लगाना इज वेरी 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 इम्पॉसिबल. नाउ देयर इज अ टर्म बैग. रैम्पेंट, आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल, coronation, investiture, consciousness, the state of being aware, topography, the physical features of a region. Then we have the flashback. The modern Indian period began in the 18th century. This period witnessed major movements and revolutions all over the world. History can be divided into 3 periods: ancient, medieval and modern. The sources of the modern period are found in abundance and are well preserved. There are 2 kinds of sources: archaeological and literary. Archaeological sources include buildings such as India Gate, Rashtrapati Bhavan, Parliament House, etc. Literary sources include original documents such as government orders, official records, survey reports, newspapers, magazines, letters and pamphlets. So this entire chapter dealt with actually the beginning of your modern Indian period, archaeological and literary sources, and how did these resources were still lacking at some point, क्योंकि country में actual में लोग क्या कर रहे थे वो इन sources से पता नहीं चल पाया. Now the evaluation time, fill in the given OMR sheet to choose the correct option. The modern period in India began in this century, and this is 18th century. Fill in the blanks. Dash, dash and dash were called the successor states, and these were Awadh, Hyderabad and Mysore. Write T for true and F for false against each statement. The archival records are scarce for the study of British history in India. This is not correct because archival records are not really scarce. They are in abundance. Very short answer type questions. When did the modern period in India begin? It began in the 18th century after the death of Aurangzeb. Right, short answer type questions write about the different literary sources available that help us in studying the modern history. These were Kesari, the famous newspapers, the Prakrit newspaper, the Hindu newspaper, and then there were autobiographies as well, which told us about different kinds of things happening at that point of time. Long answer type questions. What is periodization in history? Because different things happened in different years, in different centuries. That is why these periods, these events have been divided into different periods, and dates also have been assigned to them. And this in history is known as periodization. Then you have a skills enhancing corner, observe and write. Given below are some pictures, and you have to write down the period of Indian history to which the following pictures belong. You have India Gate, you have certain pictures of people, you have Parliament, you have Red Fort. You just have to tell ये कौन से period को belong करती है, कौन सी century को belong करती है. You can take the help of your teacher, your parents or internet and just write it down. And then you have the NCERT corner, certain questions with answers and explanations given to you. Please go through it, read the entire chapter once again properly, and rest of the exercise questions, please do it yourselves.